Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 horror thriller Stay Out, Stay Alive, a film that is directed and written by Dean Yerk, and it stars Barbara Crampton, Brie Matson, Sage Mears, Christina Julie Kim and Brandon Wardle. Now this is a film that focuses on a group of youths who are going camping, essentially, and they make the unfortunate decision of camping on a cursed burial ground of Native Americans. And while they are there camping, they discover an abandoned mine. And the reason they discover it is one of them has an accident down this mine and gets her leg trapped. So when they discover her and find her and try and help her, they realise that this mine is a gold mine, and there is an awful lot of unclaimed gold to be had in this mine. So the greed takes over, and the group then decide to mine as much gold as they can and leave the area before they are discovered, and then they will all be set for life. However, as I explained, this is a mine that is on cursed grounds, and there are forces at play that will not allow them to take all this gold, and the group then soon start turning on each other. Right, so what did I think of Stay Out, Stay Alive? It was a film with quite a lot of potential that unfortunately, in my opinion, failed to deliver on many fronts. The positives first. Now the positives for me are this film actually feels and looks quite a polished film. It looks the part, the production design's fine, the cinematography at times is absolutely fine, the musical score is what you'd expect for a film like this. It doesn't feel ultra low budget or anything, is what I'm trying to say, so it's easy to watch in that sense. The problems with this film come in quite a few different ways. Now the cast, I wouldn't go as far as to say these were bad performances. They were really overly enthusiastic performances. It's like they've just picked all these actors straight from drama school or something. They were really over enthusiastic performances for the most part, and really one-dimensional at times, and very generic characters. So you've got your athletic jock character, you've got the brainy one, you've got the intellectual one, you've got the cheerleader type. I mean, it ticks every box in regards to generic characters here, and it doesn't give us anything really different. The dynamics and the conversations and arguments, we've heard it all before and done better in other movies. So the dialogue doesn't keep you interested at all, and for the most part the majority of these characters are just deeply unlikable, and that's kind of the point, because the whole story really revolves around greed and human greed and this incessant desire to possess money and power and all this kind of stuff. So the film delves into that, and it taps into the inner psyche of all these characters and the worst part of their characteristics, so it brings out that unlikable factor of them. But as I've said before in horror reviews, if you've got really nobody to root for in a film, a horror film or a thriller of this sort, then it doesn't keep you invested in the film, and you don't really have anybody to root for in this film, in my opinion. The story is terribly predictable. You can see early on who's getting deeply affected by where they are, and the land and all this kind of stuff, and some of them turn nasty quicker than others, and it's very predictable. And there's other things that as well that just scratch your head. There's a character who falls down a mine, and it's a surprise fall, so she wasn't ready for it, and it's a really big fall, and you naturally assume, well, this character's dead. Simple as you couldn't survive a fall like that, I don't think. She fell down head first as well, and then literally in the next scene she's awake and she's climbed out of the mine and doing a runner, and it was like, what? Where did that come from? So there's lots of problems with this film, and for me, the biggest of all, to say that this is a horror, it's not scary at all. It's far more heavy on the thriller, I would suggest, and they do dabble in the supernatural occasionally in this film, but nowhere near enough to make it a horror or scary or interesting. And like I said, the idea is sound, like this cursed ground with these Native Americans, and they just don't dabble in it enough to make it scary. And I guess they probably wanted to focus more on the human aspect and the human story and how humans can be so easily corrupted. And that's probably the message it's trying to get across. I don't think it does it particularly in a very effective way. So it was nowhere near scary enough. And there's a couple of scenes at the end that had real potential, I thought, and I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of the supernatural stuff earlier in the film, and more of it, and do away with the cheap jump scares which they dabble with a few times in this film. So it's a seriously flawed film, this, but I could see what they were trying to do. It just didn't work, in my opinion. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. It's hard to enjoy this film, and it's hard to recommend this film. It's not truly awful or anything like that. Like I say, it's competently made and filmed and looked and sound, and production value and cinematography is all half decent. It's just a seriously flawed film that isn't particularly entertaining to watch. So that is my review for Stay Out, Stay Alive. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching, and of course I'll see you for more reviews next time on Screen Stars.